You don't have to applaud for Gavin, but you can if you want to. Gavin, please! How am I going to avoid doing that? Probably not by doing it.
Jeff is working on it.
Okay. Who's Jeff?
Jeff Rupert.
Okay.
Back left. Behind it. He's hiding.
Barbara, you want to join us there? Barbara, don't come in. And where is my lovely Texas? Where is she?
Kathleen!
He's in the back.
Someone get Kathleen!
Kathleen! This is the voice of your
Kathleen, button your shirt and report at the front, please. Alright, we won't wait. God knows what she's doing back there. Let me guess, hitting people in the balls and taking pictures of it, right? Okay, it's going to be awkward if we stand, so we're going to sit.
Wait, that's alright. So, just for those of you guys, you can see we have a microphone stand back there, guys. Make your way towards the microphone stand should you have a question.
Let's throw up here in the front. Where's that? We can't get back there.
We'll see what we can do. You'll have to beg these guys. But we are going to start. I know we have a couple questions that are going to be we're going to take from the microphone. As we're streaming this as well online on the RVBTO Tiny Chat.
Not so loud. The chat is tiny. It's very tiny. Kathleen, everybody!
Book somewhere. You guys are still circulating? Okay. I think it's in the back. All right, all right.
Excuse me, her pink what? Okay, well, first of all, I know I just showed up. You guys have been here for a couple days, but everybody, welcome to the 8th and final RVBTO. I just have to have a quick show of hands. How many of you have been to all 8 RVBTOs? Right there, right there. That's the perfect attendance club. Wow, awesome. Hey, Chris, what's going on? So I have the mic, but I actually don't know what we're doing. So what's the format here?
So did anybody tell Bernie about the RVBTO?
No.
Let's leave him in the dark. We've got a few guys. They decided that RVBTO isn't going to end, Bernie. You can see them just on the left-hand side. They got their RTO 2013. So I don't know how you guys feel still working on RVB, but after 7 years of this, we're done. We're too old for this. So that's why we got to have the new kids for RTO 2013. We do have a microphone set up back there. For some of you guys in front, we'll be taking your questions in a little bit as well.
Thanks.
I had something else, but I completely forgot what it was going to be.
Nathan,
I'm tangled in the microphone. All right, guys. So who's got the first one in line back there?
There we go.
Let's start it off.
Barney, I wanted to walk away because it's
No, I'm not walking away.
a very important question more to you. I don't know if Gavin or Lindsay would be able to answer this. For season...
Where's Lindsay?
Sorry.
Barbara, do you really not know who Lindsay is? She works with us every day.
Sorry, Lindsay. She's not here, but I don't care.
Okay, so for season 9 and 10, will you be revealing the backstory for the director? More specifically, what he will be was he in fact in the Great War, or what was he doing during that time?
All right, well, first of all, whenever people ask about what's going to happen in the show, I always figure that you would actually like to watch it as part of the show as opposed to hear it in a panel.
I'm not asking the exact details. I'm asking if you're going to be revealing that, or are you going to be are you going to bring it out in a different format, or if you're going to just leave that, to the fans' judgments? Because you've already said that the director said in the end of season 8 that he wasn't in the Great War, but he's whatever. Anyways, that in any event, he's clearly in his 50s or something. He would have been in the Great War, and he did specify that Tex or a certain loved one was lost.
Right.
I'm just wondering if you have plans to talk about that in your storyline.
I think that what we're going to do, everything that we're doing right now in season 10 is to kind of wrap up all the open storylines we have, specifically with Project Freelancer. That was the point of season 9 and 10, was to show people that storyline. And so, whether or not we'll show every single thing that you want to see, I can't say. But I can say that it's all that we have planned to tell the Project Freelancer story is in season 10.
Okay.
But I'm going to just say Elvis Presley did not die.
He's dead by now.
I called it! Hey up!
I think Lindsay would know the question.
YOLO.
Next question.
Go ahead, man.
Hey Bernie. Hey Bernie, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
How was your flight?
It was pretty good. It was kind of long. And then when I got to the hotel, the clerk when I was checking in said, "You're sharing a room with Kathleen Zelch?" And I said, "No." And she said, "Well, she added herself to your room, so nice try."
Damn it.
Very crafty.
So I have a bit of a gift for you.
A bit of a gift.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Gus isn't here, and I know he's a big fan of dubstep, hits, and cacks. But I want to give you a mask that I made.
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
That's it.
Actually, I think it'd be cool if you wore it, Lindsay.
That joke ain't gonna die.
No, that is well-established Q&A lore now.
How many people have worn this mask this week?
It's not who, it's where.
It's a different word.
Try drinking a beer with it. Doesn't smell like sweaty. Oh, you're cheating.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hey, Bernie, this is kind of for you. With 343 owning all of Halo now and all that stuff, are you guys still friends with Bungie? Do you guys still keep in touch? I know they're pretty busy working on whatever Infinity is right now, but do you guys keep in touch?
Yeah, so Bungie's always been, even when we were working on Reverse Moon when they had Halo, they were always pretty secretive. Like, we would find out about, Halo a week before it came out.
Right.
And really wouldn't get to see anything much before that. To answer your question, absolutely, but I still can't tell you anything. Like, I don't know what they're working on. I mean, I've read the speculation that everyone else has, so I'm dying to see what it is that they're coming out with. And yeah, but we talk to those guys all the time. Usually when we go up to Seattle, thank you, yeah, Kirkland, we see them up there. But the other thing too is that, I mean, Bungie and 343 are like these names that people associate with these companies. But a lot of times, a lot of the people we know from Bungie are at 343. There were a lot of people who, when the franchise moved, they said, "I'm not personally done with Halo," and so they moved with it. So we still see a lot of those, Bungie people as well. They just happen to be at 343 now.
Thanks.
And on that note, lucky bastard. Lucky bastard, because you got access to their stuff early.
Mr. White!
Yeah, this is probably
Mr. White.
How did you come up with the names of like the classic red versus blues, like caboose in church and stuff?
Initially we just... Yes, Lindsay?
I was gonna say they're all named after me, but
They're all very years from the bar.
they're all named Lindsay.
Yeah. Like a lot of ones like Church and Tucker, we just chose them because they sounded cool, you know? I like the name Church, and Tucker sounded a little bit like fucker, so Church yelling that all the time sounded fun. I do wish, in hindsight now, that I could spell Griff with 2 F's, just because it would have made my life a lot easier.
Then it would have been 3 F's.
Yeah, we should have posted with 3 F's. But specifically, Caboose and Donut, we came up with those names because they appeared in episode 3 of the show, and since they were added later, we thought it'd be funny to, if you join a Halo game late, it automatically assigns you a name, and so we chose those character names by just adding in 2 characters, and one was Donut and one was Caboose. Actually, as a little bit of trivia, we added the first guy in, the red guy, when he was red, and not lightish red, and that was Donut, and then we added the blue guy in, and the default name it gave him to begin with was Walla Walla. She said that's not going to work, so we quit, went back in, and up came Caboose, and that was the birth of Caboose. Yeah, Walla Walla.
As soon as this hits YouTube, it will.
The name Sister just came from, we had a guy that I knew in college, and there was a group of guys who always hung out together, and he had a sister, her name was Lori, but we all just called her Sister. Actually, we all called her Sister. But that's where Sister came from, yeah. I just kind of stole that from my college ones.
Okay, hey guys. I've had 8 shots, so if this question sounds a little funny, then sorry. But this is actually a question for Bernie specifically, the writer. All the new characters, like the freelancers and such, like they're very well established and very distinct. How do you come up with them, and how do you keep them very distinct among themselves?
Well, I mean, that goes back to the original RVB stuff. When we first started shooting the show, it makes sense now when you go back and look at it, but really when it first started off, it was just 4 Master Chiefs standing around that were all different colors, talking to each other. So we had to write characters that were strong enough to where we could get past that, so people would know who was talking. There's a lot to the machinima part of the show, like a lot of mechanics, like if we ever cut to a new shot, the first person who moves in the shot is always the person who's talking, because your eye just goes to the person who's moving first. It's one of those rules, and we kind of established too, we wanted, after a few episodes, for people to know, you know, when they hear the Huckleberry sounding guy talking, that's Sarge, you know, the lazy guy is Griff, and so that people wouldn't be confused as to what the hell all these characters look exactly the same and they're slightly different shades of red or slightly different shades of blue. So it comes from that.
Okay, cool, thanks. As both a fan and a writer, thanks for that answer.
All right, thanks.
I thank all y'all for doing what you do.
Yeah. And as a trade writer, I can say that the 8 shots technique that's well studied. That's a good shot for writing.
Well, following up on him, I'm also in shot for shot with him, so I'm also at 8 shots. So Gab and Barbara, or Berber Dunkenschnack, posted pictures of themselves with Ed Robertson. Will he be returning, possibly in a flashback, as a young Private Flowers?
Where the fuck were you 2 weeks ago when he was at the office thinking of that?